Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? This is Tony from Tony's Board Life, and today we are going to finish up. God, if I can talk, it is 7 o'clock in the morning here, and it is not going the right way already. Anyways, today we're going to finish up our Fields of Fire campaign or mission. Keep up the fire, and of course, I have with me Andrew, which is the one of the developers, and of course, today we have added Colin, which is the other Uber developer for this. So, gentlemen, how are you doing today?
Very good, very good. It's yeah,
Thanks.
9 o'clock in the evening here. Very nice.
Midday here.
Yeah, we've got three continents represented in these three videos here. We have because Andrew, of course, is over in Japan, so he's in the Asia, and then Colin's over in the UK, and so we've got Europe, and then of course I'm in America. So we've got three continents represented this morning. So we've got so what we're gonna do, we're gonna finish off this campaign or this mission. We've got one left to go, one turn left to go, but then what our plans are, and I'm gonna put timestamps on this so people can just go to whatever they want to on this, is we're gonna have some question days. We're gonna talk to Colin Allen about, or Andrew, sorry, Colin and Andrew about the new volume 3 coming out, which I'm excited about for a reason that most Americans would have no idea, which is of course the Falklands campaign, but we'll talk about that. And then we're going to probably start a campaign at that point, or at least get it set up to go. We're going to do the Heartbreak Ridge in Korea, which I have not seen anybody do any videos on Heartbreak Ridge. Most people do the Normandy one, and I've seen very little Vietnam done. So it'll be good to get some more Korea out there. I did try to do the river. I got through. I actually didn't do too bad, other than the wall of text Andrew sent me when I said, "Hey, what did I do wrong?" on my videos. So he was nice enough to send me a text and give me all the things that I did wrong. And like we were talking on the green room right before, is if you miss something, it's probably not going to break the game. So I still didn't beat it. So, hey, it worked out pretty well, I think, on that one. So, gentlemen, let's say we get started. So Colin's going to jump in and out as we go through. He can also answer any questions in the chat as well. And then we'll probably pull Colin in if we can as we get towards the end. And if he sees something that we're doing wrong, he can always jump in or reminder, more or less. Not really doing something wrong, it's more of a reminder. So with that, gentlemen, you ready to get started?
Yep.
Okay. Any last comments?
I'm in there.
Yep. Any last comments or anything like that for you want to say before we jump in to see how this goes?
Yeah, it's all going to go exactly as we planned.
It's all going to go swimmingly. Yeah, I don't know how. We'll see how that goes. So, all right. Let me go ahead and let me get it up here, and then we'll get going on this. And then, like I said, if you have any questions, please go ahead and put them in the chat. Bill, just pull the trigger, because I can tell you will regret it when you have to buy it at full price. I think it's still on the and I'm going to check this out, but I think it's still on the $55 right now still, and it will go MSRP for $104. So please, if you're thinking about it, pull the trigger. It is worth it. So
charging on the 15th for 3 more days, and then it'll be the P500 price will still be available until we start shipping a week or so later, but it's going to go, and it's going to be very expensive.
Prices are going to go up. I do like I do always try. I mean, that's half off, basically. A little less than half off, but it's pretty much half off, which is really good. And I've got the update kit because I have the first the first box, so I just got the update kit anyways. So didn't need the whole new one. My buddy Ruff over there, he had to get the whole new deluxe campaign box because he clipped his counters and they were more like stop signs. So we always give him crap for that. He's like, I can never show that on TV or on his channel because he has stop signs. So okay, let's go ahead and get started. I've got the module up here, so on the screen. So we're going to go to, let me pull up the command display real quick so we can kind of show everybody where you are in turn 10.
Yep, it's turn 10. So we have got primary objective is doing all right. It's probably secured. Second objective is currently being held by a pinned litter team under fire from an HMG pillbox, which is not a good place to be. So we're going to have to do something about that.
Yeah, we're going to have to move some guys in there, aren't we?
Yeah, unfortunately, nobody has LOS to the HMG because there is incoming right here in the farm, and our pillbox is here. So we're going to have to do something about that. All right, let's draw an event. Draw an event card, Tony.
Okay. No HQ event on this one, so we kind of lucked out on that one.
Okay, so to the command display. BNHQ activates COHQ. COHQ is activated. Going to draw a card for him. I'm going to draw a card. I get a 3, and that's a 3. Is our COHQ is still?
Wouldn't that be a 5? Wouldn't that be a 5? Not a 3?
It is 5. Yeah, I was looking at. Maybe I've got some lag here. Never mind. Right, 5. Okay. COHQ is still down in the staging area here. This is an advantage of having Uber radios which can communicate anywhere on the map. That would not normally be the case in World War II. You'd either have very poor handheld radios or nothing at all. Maybe a field phone if you're lucky. 5. So I'm going to activate everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4 of these guys, and that's for 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. COHQ's got 1 point. It's turn 10. He's gonna be. There's not much he can do there, so he's just gonna save that and flip.
Yeah. I was like, how do we still have guys down here? And then I realized, oh, that's right, the first sergeant died.
yeah. First sergeant should be moving everyone up and being encouraging, but yeah, we've left it all up to the EXO.
The sniper got him, if I remember right.
Yeah, EXO's trying to rescue casualties, isn't he? Yeah. Where's our casualty collection books? We're not going to rescue all these casualties. Never mind. All right. We'll start with first platoon. First platoon is here. I'm going to draw a card for him. I get 3 points. 1, 2, 3. First platoon is here. He's on first objective. He's got a paralyzed German unit defending the objective card, but that's okay because he's going to be captured come the capture phase. So there's not much which we can really do with first platoon here. So RTFO is there. We want to really try to block the fire from this HMG, but nobody's going to be able to get LOS because of this incoming here. And okay, and that spotter is well gone. So he's going to use 2 commands. He's going to move over to the farm here, mark himself exposed, and he's going to send the assault team over here, mark him exposed. Do that so that the assault team can capture the prisoner. It's not going to make any difference because it's turn 10, so whoever captures a prisoner is no great loss if they're set up as guards, but worth remembering doing that. 1, 2. Okay, going to save that. It's second platoon's go. Draw a card, Tony.
Okay. 2. Lovely. And I think second platoon is they're up here, so we've got to go down to here. So we've got 2. So second platoon, I think there's not much left of second platoon. I think third platoon, there's the CO. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, I do have a squad here. So squad. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and move him up into here to kind of verify that.
Yep.
So we're going to go up into here, and then we are going to mark him as exposed. That's 1 order. And let's see here. I don't think.
If you want to go under the cover there, he is under fire from a heavy machine gun.
Yeah, so is that a separate order, or you just send him undercover when you move him?
Yeah, you can send him direct to the cover.
Okay, so once the cover's been found, you can send him direct to the cover.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make an infiltration attempt as well, Tony.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll do that. So I'll just grab a card, even though. Yep. Nope. It didn't matter. so
Right.
so yeah. I forgot. I've been playing a couple other games, so yeah. I got to remember some of this stuff. That's one of the downsides of being a YouTuber.
Or you could send him not under the cover, grab that WP and set it off for a cover bonus.
We'd have to probably do that general initiative because.
Yeah. He'd need a couple of points, but I don't think anyone else is going to do anything important. Well, anyway, up to you. It's your guy.
Okay. Oh yeah, Carl, you got it right. I love this game because of the story it tells. Yes, very much so. Yeah. I'm picturing it in my own head. So we'll go ahead and we'll send him undercover. I still have problem is I still have 1 point, but there is nothing I can do on this because hey, is this 3-2? So this is second platoon as well.
3-2 second platoon, yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Third platoon was one that's been third platoon is not. I think I combined a couple.
Where's the yeah.
Yeah, I think we've got one third platoon up here. He's yellow.
Yep.
I think second platoon. Yep. Where do it?
Yeah, there's not much of third platoon left, is there?
No, there's a squad, and then that's about it.
I mean,
and that's not even a full squad either.
There were some stragglers, but you recruited them into second platoon, I think.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah. Should I move them in there as well?
More units for less chance they're all gonna. Well, no. I mean, this guy's got three steps. He's not gonna lose all of them in a round, so he'll have the card covered. I think you're fine there. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I think we'll just. I mean, unfortunately being turn 10, I was hoping to use a little bit more, but we'll go ahead and complete that one. So we'll flip that one and go activation complete.
Okay, third platoon. He's on the same card.
Yep. Okay. Third platoon. Oh, he gets 4. And he already had 6.
Do something.
He's gonna have to move to do something because there's nobody. I think we moved almost all his stuff onto the card ahead. I just don't think there's much to do with them, anyways.
No, I think. Yeah, no, I think we're okay.
The only thing I would say is what we could do is he could move into this one and have 2-3 look for cover. Or is he? Oh, there's already cover there. Never mind. There's already cover there.
Oh, no, yeah, it's fine. Because the HMG can't change fire direction because he's stuck in a pillbox.
Okay. Yeah.
So they're not going to come under fire. The only other enemy unit is this paralyzed team up in the woods here, and they're not going to do anything. I think we've got this sorted. Just leave it as it is.
Yep, we'll just go with that. Unfortunately, I can't keep all 10 of them, but it's not going to matter where the end of the end anyway. So last turn. Yep. All right.
Okay.
So then we got the Exo.
Exo gets 3. He's there. Exo is currently holding a casualty. He's going to move it down to the casualty evacuation zone. So these two guys are moving together. Sorry, COXO moved this casualty here. And he's now in the casualty collection. He'll be evacuated at the end of the turn. He may as well order these guys to cease fire because there's nobody there.
Yep.
So he's marked exposed. That's all. Just 2 commands. 1, 2. He'll save that. General initiative.
We need more than 1.
Yep, we got 2, so that's good. What
so
we're gonna do oh, hang on. This guy here. No, okay, we're fine. Yeah. You can't even see the guy, the HMG in the pillbox. All right.
Got a quick question. Could the enemy paralyzed team rally back to a team with a VOF? I think so. It depends. It'd have to be an HQ.
It is not pinned. So if he rallies to a fire team, he's only got close range fire, so he won't be able to hit anybody, any of our units, because we're all at long range.
Okay, got it. But it's a good question, though.
Yeah, our LMG is going to open fire at him once this paralyzed guy has been captured. Our LMG here will fire up at the paralyzed team there, so we might hit him. But that's the only thing which is going to happen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 2 points. I would try to spot the HMG guy.
Either that, or were we going to put the smoke up here?
Yeah, but the smoke's not under the cover, so that's why I say if you moved him not under the cover, you could have grabbed the smoke.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. No, we're good though. Yeah. So let's go ahead. Let's see if we can spot. And we're trying to spot this guy, correct?
Trying to spot the HMG.
Oh, the HMG. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. He's in a village, so it's +3. He's undercover, so it's -1 for the +3 village, -1 undercover, +1 because he's A-rated unit. So you're going to draw 1 card.
Here we go. Nothing.
Right. Okay. They're just going to shoot at us, and we'll see what happens. All right. 1 more point of general initiative. Anybody want to do something? No, I don't think anyone can do anything. These casualties can't move by themselves. Oh, no. Okay, this litter team. No, that's what it. Okay. What I should have done is not move EXO down to here. Because I could have rescued 1 more casualty potentially. Because the EXO could have set a casualty collection point on the card he was already on, and then the little team could have carried this guy into the marsh there and rescued him if we were managed to unpin him, which is a very big if. So
yeah.
Yeah, okay, could have done that. Sorry. We'll try better next time. So we're just going to. There's not much anybody can do. All right, let's throw away that general initiative. I don't think anybody's going to do anything.
No.
Right. Okay. Enemy turn. Enemy event.
Okay, here we go. This could throw a wrench into just about everything.
Yeah.
And no.
It's where you get the turn 10 counter attack.
Yeah. Well, that's what Carl was saying, because it happened to him, so it caught him by surprise. Yeah. You're like, oh, I'm good. Oh crap, that just rallied.
Okay, so 2 enemies on the board. We're going to draw 1-2 from top to bottom. Paralyzed guy is 1. HMG is 2. So we're going with 2 first. He is. We want the defensive enemy activity check. Is on the same card, not the same card. Not under fire, has a valid target along its PDF. We're on deliberate tactics, so he's automatically going to try to concentrate fire on these 2 guys under this cover marker, unfortunately. Okay, so he's going to go 1, and he hits them, and 2. Okay, just a single hit. Never mind. Concentrate fire. Hits our guys under the cover marker.
Under the cover, yep.
Oh, well, that's fine. Yeah, okay, that's the machine gun's go. It's paralyzed unit's turn. I'm pretty sure he's not going to do anything. We go down the enemy lat pinned activity check. He's not pinned. He's paralyzed, not on an opposing unit's card. No leader available. He's automatically no action. So he's going to stay there, hidden in his foxholes.
Okay, so he's pinned. Oh no, he's paralyzed.
He's not pinned. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's the very last one. Paralyzed team not on an opposing unit's card.
Got it. Not on opposing.
If he had a leader, he might kick him into rallying. But yeah, he isn't. So
he's not going to do anything. Okay.
Yep. All right. So it's enemy retreat and capture. This is important suddenly as to which order you do this in, because depending on the order, things might work differently. Okay, it's capture first and then retreat. So what's going to happen is this. This guy, paralyzed team on a card with US units, is going to be captured. We're going to move him onto our command display, prisoners captured section, and we're going to move one step of our units with him as a prisoner guard. So they're now both sitting on the command display in the prisoners captured section. That'll be worth some points. Okay, right now nothing will happen because we were already firing at the Germans, so we're still firing on our same card. Yeah, okay, it's fine. So we're not going to open fire up at the paralyzed guy up here, so nothing else is going to happen. All right, so that's all. Running away phase. Unfortunately, our litter team here is pinned, so he's not going to retreat. And we don't have any paralyzed units.
No, we
German paralyzed unit up here is not going to retreat because he's not under a VOF. I thought maybe our LMG would open fire at him and then he'd try and retreat, but we're not, because the LMG is not going to change fire from point blank here. He's going to continue wasting fire, shooting into this bush, just in case there are other Germans present. Okay, they've all surrendered. Never mind. So we're on to vehicles and fire missions. Okay, fire missions. We're going to remove this fire mission here. That opens up their LOS to only the HMG here, but they're not spotted, so we're not going to fire at them. And we can't see the paralyzed team up here, so no one's going to fire up at. They're not going to fire up at him. Yeah, so that's what they're going to do. That's fire missions. Okay, potential contacts. There's no potential contacts. We triggered them all last turn.
We did clear everything, right? We did clear everything. Okay. Yep.
Okay, pinned recovery. These guys are no longer under fire, so they're all going to recover from pinned. And that's all. These guys here are under fire, so the litter team's not going to recover from pinned. Nobody else is going to recover. Okay. And then combat effects. The only guys under fire are these two under concentrated fire under a bush. So we're going to do the litter team first, pinned litter team. He's on 1-2 for the card, 1 for being pinned, 1 for cover, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Minus 2 automatic fire and concentrated fire, so he's on +2. So
he's a net +2.
Draw, yep. Draw a card for that.
Oh, it's a miss.
Yes. Great. Okay. Miss means I remove pinned from him, so he's no longer pinned, which is great. If there were 11 turns, he would have rescued this casualty, but there were not. So we're not. Okay.
One last turn. Yep.
Next is our exposed unit here. So he's on +2, +3, -1, -2 is 3, -1 is -1, I think.
Yep.
Did I calculate that
right?
-1.
Yep. And that is a hit.
That's a hit. Okay. Well, let's see the damage.
Reshuffle. FC.
FC. Okay, that's not so bad. Fire team and a casualty. Okay, one more casualty, which is not good, but the other guy's fire team. So that breaks down into 2 fire teams and a casualty, because when there's one step left of the squad, he becomes a fire team. And the fire team in question is this one with the BAR symbol. It's got exactly the same stats as the other fire team, so it doesn't make any difference if you get it wrong, but the breakdown is on the chart on the back of the book.
Yep. So the nice thing, it is kind of automated with the It's nice because it is automated, but it's pretty easy on when you're actually doing it with the real live game.
Sure.
To break it down pretty easy. It's just you got to make sure you have those counters organized in an easy, quick manner to find. So
Yep. All right, so that's it. Unless anybody else is on the fire, no, we're not. So
that's it. That's it.
Oh, we're not heavily engaged anymore. Actually, we're let's decrease that to
Contact.
Engaged.
Yeah, that's right.
To occupied cards and the VOF. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to hit the cleanup button just for completion's sake.
Now I see the updated fire missions button right next to the cleanup button. Is that one that we probably would more use in when we hit the scenario or hit the campaign? Because it would automatically update the fire missions, right?
Yeah, that automatically updates the fire missions. That's quite handy. I never use it, but I'm sure it's handy.
That basically just removes any existing fire missions and then flips any pending ones to the incoming side.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep. All right. That's the end of turn 10. We're going to check our objectives. Objective 1 is secured. There are no enemy units on the card. Objective 2 is still under fire from an HMG with infinite ammo, but is secured. There are no enemy units present, so it doesn't matter that they're under fire. We're going to leave them there and assume they're going to handle it. And that's the end of the mission. It is a success. Congratulations. Let's see how successful we were.
Yep. Let me go ahead and pull up that experience tracker up. We're already up to 3 experience points, so that's a start.
Good.
And then let me go ahead and pull up the. So what page is the
That's on page 4?
4. Okay.
That shows our. We call them achievement points here. They're not experience points because we're not going to use them to promote anyone. This is just a one-off.
Now, is there a level that we want to reach, or is it just to see how many we get?
Yeah, just see how many we get, and then next time we play, do better.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
All right.
So, and remember, this is a one-off mission, and the nice thing about this game is the replayability is unlimited. You could play this mission 100 times and not have anything at all the same happen. So that's what's pretty cool about having the Fields of Fire. Is like you can really play it multiple times and have 3 or 4 totally different experiences. So it's pretty cool.
Okay, we have secured the primary objective card. That gives us 5 points. If you secure the card and then you lose it during the mission, that doesn't count. We only look at whether it's secure or clear at the very end of the mission. So that's an important point.
Okay, so you got 5 points there.
Yep, secure the secondary objective card. That's this one here. Yes, we have. So secure the action position. I didn't even notice we were supposed to secure the action, the attack position. I thought we were just going to clear it. Okay, it's secured. We have
we have a mortar team on there, so luckily it works out. Yeah.
All right, so we got 3 cards for that. Okay.
How much was for the secondary, by the way?
Secondary was 4 points.
Okay, we're up to 15 points so far.
Okay, got 3 points for the attack position.
Got that. Yep.
Okay, clear another PCA card. So that's any card which started with a PCA which is not the objectives or the attack position.
I think A's were all that middle line, one of the middle card rows.
There were 4 of those, one of which was the attack position. So 3 of those we cleared. So that's whatever that is.
3 more points. Is it 6?
2 points each, so 6 points.
Okay, got it. Yep.
Okay, clear another B or C card, which is not. So that's the rest of the map, I think. Yeah. So it was 2 cards on the top row and 8 cards on row 1, 2. So that's 10 points.
Okay, we're up to 31 points so far.
Okay, now we're going to take a look at the command display, and we're going to have a look at. Check if we've captured any prisoners, which we have. We got 2 per step. So we captured this paralyzed team, which is 1-step unit. So 2 points for that.
Okay.
Captured enemy casualty, 1 per step. So we've captured 1 enemy casualty. So that's 1 point for him.
Okay.
Perform a successful point-blank grenade attack. We managed one of them, didn't we?
I believe. Yes, I already counted that though. That's already in it.
Okay. Higher headquarters event marked with a star. You counted all them, did you?
Yep, we got 2 of those. So yes, those are
Great.
already in there.
Okay. Evacuate a friendly casualty. We got 1 of those. That's this guy here on the command sheet.
Mm-hmm.
So that is 1 point for him. Okay, clear an enemy bunker. There were no bunkers, were there?
Nope, we couldn't get into them.
Yeah, clear an enemy pillbox. Yes, we cleared this pillbox here. We don't get a point for the card but we get 2 points for clearing out this pillbox. All right, what's that?
37 points.
37. That's pretty reasonable. We could have got more if we'd rescued more of our casualties. I do like to finish a mission having rescued all the casualties. I don't like leaving them behind like that, but can't be helped. Just have to play it again.
We had a lot of casualties too to clear off.
Yeah.
That could have been some serious points. What's the highest points that you have had, by the way, out of curiosity? Do you remember?
No.
Range wise.
Don't remember. Something like 50, 52 or so. I mean, there was bunkers all along the top row and pillboxes, and we got that package 9, which just places a whole enemy defensive line right across the map, which is not fun. But I managed to take out all of them. So that was some point-blank grenade attacks and some and a lot of arty. Yeah.
Yeah, Carl's like entry to increase and T to decrease. so yeah. And then Colin, appreciate that coming in saying, yeah, enter T means take away. I like that. That'll be easy. Yep. So we ended up with 37 points, which is pretty awesome. I'm actually gonna play. I can't wait to get the actual module and be able. I mean, I have everything technically for it, but I want to play around with the new updated counters and everything like that because you get a couple extra cool stuff on that one. So
yep.
So I'm going to go ahead and pull us back because I'm going to set up the we're going to get another campaign set up, and this will be a great time for you guys to let us know what's going on with the volume 3. So if you have not heard that volume 3 is in development right now. So basically, what's the focus of volume 3, guys?
Colin, go ahead. What's the focus of volume 3?
So volume 3 is the British, bringing the Parachute Regiment to the series. It sort of was born out of when I first got into Fields of Fire. I made my own module just for my own fun, which was actually Long Tan in Vietnam. The Australians, the Battle of Long Tan, was the first one I made, and then straight after that I made Goose Green, which was a classic infantry battle in 1982. And I put it on BGG at the time, and it went quite well. And then I think that was probably before me and Andrew formally became developers for the series. And then when we did, we were sort of chatting with Jason Carr at GMT, and it's like, oh yeah, we could put this together into a package, because I'd also made the first couple of missions for an Afghanistan campaign.
I remember seeing that. Yeah, I remember seeing that on BGG. It grabbed my attention for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So then we decided we'll make a traditional 3-pack. We've kind of fallen into that with the series, boxes of 3, and then maybe single campaign expansions going through. Originally, I had a plan to do the Battle of Udna, which I can't remember if it's 41 or 42 now. That was 2 power in Tunisia. And it was it's quite an interesting one, I think, in terms of what we could do with it. It was a parachute drop onto an airfield. It turned out they'd moved all the aircraft, and then they got sort of massively counterattacked and basically fought a 50-mile fighting withdrawal through the desert. So there's some stuff we can do with that. So you might see that come along as a single campaign expansion at some point. But Andrew convinced me I couldn't possibly do 2 para without doing Arnhem, which I think is probably the right decision. I
agree with that one. So
I'd shied away from it just because I thought, how the hell do we do Arnhem in terms of the urban stuff? So I set about that. So it turned out in the end as Arnhem 1944, Falklands 82, and Afghanistan 2008. And we are currently, so we're just halfway through or towards the end of playtesting the Afghanistan campaign, which is the last one of the 3. We did Falklands first, I think, a long while back now, and then Arnhem, and gone really well. Been really well received. We've had some great playtesters. We recruited through the sort of Gene's newsletter, and it's interesting. I presented this is how we play the campaign, and didn't get ripped apart. It got creatively or constructively challenged in places, and just all the tweaking that we've done, I think, made them into really good products. So we're there really. The campaign books are pretty much finished, and then myself and Andrew at the moment, we're staring at thousands and thousands of counters. So there's going to be 6 counter sheets in the box with that one again, which is 1,056 counters, double-sided. So that's 2,112 sides, and we've got to pore over each one very carefully and make sure they've all got the right VOF on, and the ranges and the weapon type, and then for when we go to art, we're currently just waiting for sort of bids, tenders to do the art for us by our preferred artist. We'll leave it at that for now, and then so we're having to manifest all those, and so literally big spreadsheets of the counter that is in row 1. Sort of lane 7 of this particular sheet, it's a counter that you've had before in Deluxe, whereas the one next to it is an all new counter. You're going to have to find new art for this weapon type and this type of icon and stuff. So yeah, that's a bit mind bending at times. Campaign decks are pretty much done, so they'll be ready to sort of get properly made. They're my vassal art at the moment. It's going well. It's looking good. And we got. I looked earlier, 964 P500 sales at the moment, which is great. Great to get that to 1,000 soon.
Got 3,500 for F4F Deluxe right now, which is quite nice.
And then what's the fun part is that they have a whole bunch of games that all of a sudden showed up. So they're probably gonna be shipping games for about a month and a half with everything, because I was looking, I've got like 3 or 4 of them coming out of this shipment too. It's gonna hit the credit card a little hard come the 15th for sure. But
I don't know if everybody saw that. I don't know if everybody saw why the reason was, but they managed to crash our boat. So they sailed it. They get printed in China. They came out of China. I think they were going to dock in Taiwan and managed to crash it. So I had to essentially beach the thing, I think, and then cross deck all our containers and everybody else's containers on that ship onto a new one.
It's been really good fun doing Fields of Fire, but everything which could possibly go wrong kind of has gone wrong. It's like, okay, here's the cards. Okay, no reason not the cards. Does anybody have the cards? No. Okay, right. Let's make some new cards. And
I must admit, I did look at where Hanford was in relation to Los Angeles and the fires the other day, because I thought it would just be our luck that they all burn. But
well, luckily GMT's much farther north, because I think California is about the size of the UK by itself, so it might be even a little bit bigger. So it's always interesting when I talk to my friends over there. I'm like, I just drove 8 hours to a convention. They're like, 8 hours? We'd be in the ocean no matter which way we went.
You're north of Scotland at that point.
Yeah. You're either in the Hebrides or you're like in the warm Atlantic south of or into France, maybe, depending on which way you're going. So,
but I'm just thinking. So the other things with Volume 3, obviously, it brings whole new sort of army, whole new nation, and the sort of weapons and doctrine and tactics. So one of the things that you will find is in the current box, you have the action menus, which are sorry, that's my family just coming home. The action menus, which have all the 4.2.1, the command and control, 4.2.2, the movement, those sort of things. We've had to make some additional actions tables or charts. Things like the British Army in the Falklands, at that time in the 80s, each section was 10 men, and it was very distinct. So 8-man rifle group and a 2-man gun group with the GPMG. And they operated together but separately, if that makes sense. So we've added a few new actions, so that they come in the game as 2 counters. There's basically a gun team and a squad or a section. So in Volume 3, there is an additional action where you can move both those together for the 1 point, because otherwise it got really busy trying to move the gun and then the section, then the gun, then the section. You can do that if you want to split them up, but Um,
All those evil action decks,
They-
all
they
piled
drew-
on one boat.
They drew card
Yeah.
number 50, trying to park the boat. Yeah,
It
so there's
was,
things like
it
that.
was
So
just
you can move.
before. It was just before Gene recalculated the weight of all of the packages, and
Right.
I'm a bit suspicious about that.
A bit lower in the water. So yeah, so there's these new actions. There's things like the new actions in Arnhem. There's play the bugle. So in Arnhem, the radios were bad, but luckily the company commander was an ex-light infantryman and had trained his company to respond to bugle calls like in the Napoleonic Wars, which turned out to be one of the best ideas ever had. And so there's an additional action there, and it works a bit like activate on a radio. Basically, you can essentially, when your radios aren't working, you can activate HQs if they're within hearing distance and there's no artillery banging around them. You can activate them in that way. And also
runners and bugles instead of radios.
Yes, yeah. And yeah, the PAP teams, the projector infantry anti-tank was the British Army anti-tank weapon. The Americans had the bazooka, obviously a rocket launcher. We had a bomb and a spring, essentially, which you sort of wound it up, and it lobbed this sort of shaped charge warhead towards tanks. It was actually pretty effective, but obviously didn't have very big range. And the way they worked, again, I don't know if people are familiar with things like the Bridge Too Far film. There's always bring up the Piat, which is to come and go and there they are there, which is to sort of send the anti-tank teams forward. So there's, you see number 5 there is deploy the Piat team, and there's a mechanism around bringing them on.
By the way, I have to thank Andrew and Colin for letting me attempt to use this new preview of the module. So it's kind of nice to see all the stuff you guys got going in there. So yeah. So here's the additional actions that you're talking about in Arnhem. So
yeah. Oh yeah, attempt to fight fire. So yeah, so the other big thing about Arnhem, which is again new to the series, the Arnhem campaign's split between the first two. Well, sort of nearly half the missions are traditional Fields of Fire on the normal cards with the green and white sort of dashes around the outsides, and the other half, or just over half, is full on urban warfare, similar to Hui in Volume 2. But the cards in Arnhem are going to be double-sided. So the one side of the map when it's brand new is all showing the town of Arnhem at the start of battle, and then the buildings can catch fire and collapse as you go through. So by the end, it's usually pretty much destroyed. And within that, we've got fire mechanisms and fighting fire mechanisms and things. So
I've sorted my Fields of Fire Deluxe counters into 2 counter trays. All the markers in one and all the units in the other, and that basically works. And they all fit in the box as well, and there's no lid lift. I've got sleeved action deck, 2 counter trays, and everything, all of our books, all fit in the 3.5-inch box.
I was about to say it's not even a 3-inch box, it's a 3.5-inch box, which is nice because I think it's is that a 1-inch box? Yeah, that's like a 1-inch or maybe a 1.5-inch box. Or no, that's a 2-inch box. Yeah, that wouldn't be that bad. So it's like a 2-inch box, and I'm like, you expect us to put a whole bunch of decks of cards, plus, I only sleeve the action cards, by the way, just because those are the ones that get generally shuffled way too many times for my use. So Blue Tweezers did not sleeve them in the beginning, and then he started seeing how much you shuffle them, and then he's like, yeah, they're starting to wear a little bit. So I'm not a big sleever. I used to be, but when it comes to something like the action deck on this game, I recommend very, very highly to sleeve those. Yeah.
This is the action deck, which is lying by my computer right now. It's been here for about 3 years. And I shuffle it several times a day when I'm playing, and it's sleeved and it's all in perfect condition. So it's a great advertisement for card sleeves.
Video. The one problem was with videoing. That's why I only use the action cards, is because the glare from the. Yeah, it's one of those things you don't realize. Hey, I got good light, and then you realize as you're filming, you're like, you can't see the card. You can't see. There's something on the card you can't see because of the sleeve. Yeah, so.
I think the main thing with Fields of Fire 3,
it's a standard size sleeve, by the way. Yeah.
Okay. When I tried the Falklands campaign, the first version of it, which Colin put on BGG, is how different it felt almost immediately, just because it's the terrain is very different, the counters which you got are different, and the organizations just slightly different. It's all these very slight changes, and suddenly the whole thinking of how you're going to approach a mission changes. The communications are different, the terrain's different, and it's a very good feeling that it's not just like Normandy with gorse bushes. It's you're definitely in a different place. And that goes for Afghanistan too, and then with the urban stuff, the beginning of Arnhem is similar to Normandy, but you're a very light parachute company, and you're moving up the map with a lot of smoke mortars, which everyone's carrying, and I like that. That's they're fast, they're agile, and then they get bogged down in the town, and everything's burning, and there's rubble, and you're surrounded by tanks, and it's just hell. It's gets a bit heavy towards the end. So
yeah,
but it looks great on the table.
Yeah, let's come to and hopefully. So the urban rules are as complicated as it gets for Fields of Fire, the Hui ones, and obviously Arnhem are up there with it. But we're gonna, with this one again, in terms of field manuals or training pamphlets, we're gonna put together similar stuff like we did for Deluxe, and so there'll be sort of full walkthroughs and sort of playthroughs in the box as well, which obviously Volume 2 didn't have with it, which left a lot of people.
Urban assault course with just a couple of assault cards, and gives you practice just moving around them, and then moving around them while being shot at, and
yeah, that's I like the. So I messed around with the field manuals, because as soon as you guys had that stuff up, I was like downloading it instantly, because this is definitely a game I wanted to dig deeper into. And my goal for 2025, and I think, Andrew, I've talked about this with you, and I don't know if we did on show, was to actually dig deeper into the games that I've already played. So I want to play everything that I've already played at least once. I want to play it again, but this game, I think I can dig. And you said you did this during COVID. You picked a game, and this was the one you picked, and you figured it out. You went deep into it. So yeah, I definitely gonna do that. So, I don't know when, but we are actually going to go ahead and set up the Korea Heartbreak Ridge, so we can have that set up. So when we get back together, we can just jump straight into it. So that's kind of what the next goal is. And Andrew, I had to set up a new channel. If you go into, I had to set up a new room. So if you want to jump into that one. So, but no, it's definitely great. I love the idea. I'm going to throw something out at you, but please don't throw it back at me. Tell me, hey, well, why don't you do that? Because I've had enough developers and designers do that to me when I've suggested it. Have you guys ever thought about doing anything in North Africa?
So the original, I'd like to do Udna, because that's quite interesting. And again, the early vision I had of that is actually starting at the top of the map and advancing back towards the bottom, which would be quite interesting.
Reverse game.
Yeah, so that'd be that again. I think we're all keen to, like Andrew said, we don't want to just reskin it and put a different unit badge on the cover. We want to try and keep bringing new stuff, and we've got a lot of new stuff. I haven't thought about much more about North Africa. I don't know that much about the campaign, if I'm honest.
Okay.
I guess it was mostly armor rather than infantry, or had more armor than infantry. But yeah, we can definitely look into it. And again, I think if we can find something that's unique, and interesting, then we're up for it.
I agree with you on the fact that you just don't want to reskin something. Hey, this is just a different theater, but it's basically the same game. And looking at the Falklands, looking at Afghanistan, and then also Arnhem, those are three totally. That's not just like Volume 2 was different. That's definitely for sure. I've not played Volume 2, but I can already tell by the way it's set up and things like that. There's actually like setup. You're not getting as much random as you do on some on the first volume,
and that feels very different in terms of you've got the larger squads, the Marine squads, and they're 4 steps rather than 3 steps.
Okay.
You've got things like more Browning automatic rifles, so they can concentrate fire more because they had more in the squads, and so there's things like that which make it feel very different. And the fact you're wading up a beach obviously makes it different as well. So, and again, like Andrew said, it's when you play the Falklands, you feel a bit cold, and when you play Afghanistan, you feel a bit dusty, which is good. It's that kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you can use the same game system for with of course tweaking it depending on the units and the armaments and things like the weapons, that you can use it in different eras. I think that's kind of one of the cool parts about this game is you have World War II, you have Korea, Vietnam. Now we even have Afghanistan. So you're talking modern on that, which is interesting.
Then Ben's got a prototype out there of World War One. So we're going 1917, 18, all the way up to 2008 now, which is nice.
So that's an interesting. I remember we had him on one of the shows, and that was an interesting, like, World War One. I'm interested to see it because it will be it will be interesting for that. There's a couple other I think you could get definitely a different feel of with the definitely the different scenarios, like Italy doing like a Salerno type, and with the I think that would be very close to a Korea on the terrain type because of the mountains and everything like that. But using World War II, that could be very interesting. Lack of radios and everything like that. So that's it's like it's almost out there, but then it's like I'm like, well, shoot, I don't even know how to start with something like this. So the fact that you guys were able to do that is really, really awesome on that. So
we've got a lot of stuff on the list when we get round to it.
I've got an outline of a Burma campaign, 3, maybe 4 Burma campaigns, starting in 1942 with the retreat from Burma. That's very, very interesting at a close-up level, like Fields of Fire. In a operational game, you're just kind of retreating 2 turns and you're out of it. But at the company level, that was some really interesting fighting going on there, and being
especially since you're in the jungle. That's got to be an interesting topic for sure. That's very good. And then into the Chindits, which will be interesting again because they're a very different organization. And up to Infal and Kohima and that Burma. I've actually read the book, the Burma campaign, so that actually interests me. I actually I was at a bookstore and I'm like, hey, this looks good. And I picked it up and I'm like, wow, that's actually the one thing about the operational is you can't get the feel of the politics of the Burma campaign with Vinegar Joe and Mountbatten and all them. There was a lot going on behind the scenes and that affected the fighters. But when you get down to the company level, like you do with Fields of Fire, and that's a totally different level game. And I'm big into tactical games because I think they tell a story. Operational games, I'm okay with, but tactical games make the difference for you.
I definitely want you to feel what what Burma's like very close up. Okay, there's these great political figures, there's Wingate, and there's all these other guys. But when you're down there with the leeches in the mud and the just not having a good time.
Nicola would like more Pacific.
More Pacific. Well, okay. I think Ben's got some more Pacific, which you'll hear about a little bit later this year. We got Pacific expansion coming up for Fields of Fire Deluxe. So
it's be interesting.
Just being naive, Nashville asked what Black Friday expansion.
Yeah, so our Black Friday that's the day after Thanksgiving. That's when everybody goes shopping, and it gets if you've ever seen hordes of people running into stores, that's our Black Friday. So
I'm not sure I'm going to be able to bring that to Fields of Fire.
It's actually not as if you have to get to the back of the store and get out, so like kind of do we got to reach this objective but then retreat. That would be kind of that would be it. So I get what he means by that. I used to work retail for and after the day after Thanksgiving, it was like the hordes are released at 6 a.m. The hordes just come flying through the store, and you're like trying to keep your feet on you as an employee with that. So that's it's pretty funny on that one. That was pretty good, Nashville. I giggled at that one for sure.
Have you guys? I actually thought it was a well-known US
battle.
Tragedy or something.
I'm thinking Black Friday, Black Hawk Down. No,
that's what I thought.
That would actually that's actually kind of that could be an interesting topic too. Have you guys tried the Ardennes, the Heart, or what is that?
Bulge.
Battle of the Bulge expansion at all?
Bulge, yeah, that was our first job. As
Okay.
cleaning that up for make sure it's compatible with the upcoming 3rd edition rules. And
See that I did not know that, and I
yeah.
apologize. I should have done my research a little bit better
Yeah.
on that one.
Our
So
names are in very, very small on the back somewhere.
Yeah, smaller.
it's
that was our first.
I've heard some really good things about that one, and I've heard that it is hard. That's a hard campaign to get through.
Yeah, there's not many replacements. You suffer from attrition. With some good rolls, you can get through it, but it's good. And Okinawa would be, that would be fun in the Pacific.
Hey, here's what I'm going to tell everybody that's coming up with these ideas. Be like Colin and Andrew. Take it on yourself. I'm pretty sure GMT would love, especially if you could do like an expansion pack. You don't even have to do a, you wouldn't really, if you can use the counters that you already have, especially with things that are there, like Okinawa, you already have the Marines. So, you know, you could kind of play around with that a little bit more. You know, so it's very interesting on that one. So give it a shot, you know, create your own cards. Yeah, it's daunting. I would assume you guys looked at it and goes, oh, how do I even start, you know, with some of these scenario or campaigns and ideas?
Start with a mission. You know, try it out.
Yep.
Like the starter mission, or you just play the standalone mission. You know, you just got to come up with some tables and play it through, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, tweak it. I would say if you're looking at doing a whole campaign, don't underestimate the amount of time it takes. You know, I think we did initially, but yeah, it's a bit of a life sucker, but it's good fun. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's one of those things you really get a lot out of it when you dig deep into these games and stuff like that. So, I got to tell you, I'm very happy that how many cards are in the action deck total? What's the total number of cards?
51, including the reshuffle card.
Okay, got it. So that's yeah. I'm pretty sure somebody could card count, and if you really want to memorize all the information, take the fun out of it. If you start card counting, I think that's one of those things that it's kind of fun just to not know. But I think with the reshuffle in the middle there, it really throws you off a lot because I think there's a few times that I like pulled one card, shuffle, you know, like I had a shuffle, pulled the card afterwards, then I shuffled it again, pulled one card, and then I had to shuffle again. So I'm like, oh, I can't even, you know, so you're getting that reshuffle. You never know when you're going to get that reshuffle, which I think is a pretty interesting mechanic. And then you're like, when am I going to get that reshuffle? When am I going to get that reshuffle? And you're like, it's the last card.
It was 7 turns ago and you just forgot about it.
Yeah, kind of done that a time or two, I'd have to say. It's like, oh yeah, that's right.
It's usually just before you do shuffle and then draw the short card when you bring in artillery.
Yeah, Carl does. Yeah, it's one of those things. You're not just going through the deck and then just restarting the deck again. You never know when that deck's going to change. And I think that takes, you know, some of them. And honestly, it's like, okay, I do have a chance to do this in, you know, obviously you're not going to know the numbers on the bottom because you never know what you're going to pull and things like that. So, but I prefer pulling cards than rolling dice because it's notorious that I will not roll dice really well. But for some reason, cards aren't too bad to me. So, so with that,
yeah, we had a bit of a discussion on this. I can't remember if it was Facebook or BGG about somebody saying, "Can I just use dice rather than cards?" And it's like, well, you can, but it breaks the game, to be honest, because you don't get that cycling through. And if you know, like you say, it's, you know, when you've planned your move to move forward, and you try to draw your infiltrate card, and you actually draw the reshuffle, and then you end up with, you know, getting a short round when you didn't want it because you'd already drawn the short round before. So it's that randomization definitely is what makes the game.
Yeah, it's fun because it's like, I know Mike Berticell, I think that's why he likes it. Both of his designs, Tank Duel and Wolfpack, use the same similar idea of pulling cards for results and things like that. So with that, so it's definitely good. So I did put the link in for the Fields of Fire 3, so let's get that up to 1,000 if you have not already done that. So that's pretty cool. And then also go ahead and make sure if you have not ordered either the update kit or the full deluxe version, I recommend doing that definitely sooner rather than later, because as soon as it starts going full shipping, one, you're going to get put on the bottom of the list if you wait till you pay full price for it, but you're really going to take a hit on that. And it's worth it. The games are phenomenal with that, and yeah, it's gonna be fun on that one for sure. I did see that in the vassal module, there's the long tan is still in the vassal module. Is that correct? So, but that's not going to be in volume 3.
No, that's correct. No.
Okay,
No,
so that's
I'd quite like to develop that further, and so it was a long time ago I made it, and I've learned a lot since, so I can make it a lot better. It's a similar sort of thing. So it's obviously the Falklands campaign is a day. It's 2 days technically, because you've got the Battle of Goose Green, and then there was a further battle a month later, Battle of Wireless Ridge. But Long Tan's similar. It's basically the actions over that 1 day or 1.5 days, where the 6th Royal Australian Rifles, a company's worth, basically got attacked by, I think it was a regiment of main force Vietnamese. And so, and it was, if you're on a good film, watch Danger Close, I would recommend, on the Battle of Long Tan. It's a very good film. And again, you can see Fields of Fire as you're watching that. It's quite good. So I'd like to redo that again. That would probably go, if we did do it, either as a freebie on the website or as possibly as an expansion, because it'll need counter sets and things.
Yeah, because you already have the Vietnam cards, so pretty much I would use, I'm assuming, the cards from Vietnam. So you just have the counters would be something along those lines. And once you get volume 3 out there, you can just use the Commonwealth cards from that. So
yeah, you could do. You can, because they used the same rifle, the SLR.
Okay. Yeah, I was kind of curious about that. How, with that. So. But no, so I want to thank you guys, because I reached out to you. I wanted to do this. I've been trying to find a way to make my channel a little bit more helpful to our hobby, and I know playthroughs. I did one for Mr. President, a teach and playthrough, and then one with Mike Berticelli for his Wolfpack. Well, multiple. We're still working on that that campaign as well. And I plan on getting back to that. But I think having you guys on and Andrew running me through, and then Colin, you being on to answer any questions as we went through, has been phenomenal. We've gotten great responses, good questions as well. So with that, we've got that. So I'd like to get
also, Tony, thank you for doing them from us as well. It's they've been great from my side to watch. And again, I think as a learning video, I think that'd be great.
Yeah, and the game's, and I first thing I said was the game's not that hard. There's just a lot to it, and once you get the structure down and know what you can do, that's the big part. It's just remembering, okay, the PDFs, do I put them here? When do I put them? That type of thing, and it's just remembering, okay, I always thought it was interesting that firing just automatically happens. You don't have to issue an order to fire, and I think some people are like, what? I can't just fire? I'm like, well, you can if it's artillery or mortars or stuff like that. But yeah, for when it comes to small arms or automatic, it just automatically happens then. And I think that's fun.
Which is very much what happens in real life.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you want to, Colin, if you want to, you can stay on. If not, you're more than free to go. And then me and Andrew are going to go ahead and get the Heartbreak Ridge kind of set up, ready to go for our second one.
I'll just lurk in the background. I'll come off camera and off mic. But yeah, thanks for this, and thanks everybody as well. Cheers.
Okay, cool. That's great. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and flip this to this. Okay, so we've got it going through here. So yeah. Oh, by the way, if you guys want to, you know what? I put a link in, but let me do that again, real quick. For the Fields of Fire, you can download these mission books now. You don't have to wait till the module comes out. So you can actually download, and if you want to download the module as we go through this, that would be great. I think that'd be a great idea. And you can also download the third edition rules. So it'll be really good. So let me go ahead and put this in here. So this is the link to GMT, the Fields of Fire. And so I've got it up here. So Andrew, let's go ahead and get started with this. Is there something we need to start off with? Where would you like to start off with the book? Because I've got the manual.
All right, let's at the beginning, there's the background notes at the beginning. That's all fine. There's our company is take a look at let's have a look at page 11.
11. Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
Okay, so here's the company. We've got each of our platoons has a couple of weapons, MG team and bazooka team. Actually, they're part of the platoon. So it's 3 rifle squads plus an MG team plus a bazooka team, 111, 211, etc. So that's where they are. Then we've got a bunch of RCLs and mortar section and a 50 cal HMG in a weapons platoon. And the weapons platoon, all of these units we can attach to anyone we want. So the first or the second or the third platoon. So the first thing to do is decide where these guys are going to be attached. And then at the very bottom of the page, we've got some attachments, which is our RTFO and our mortar FO and their radios. And yeah, for the most part, these are very simple. These are very simple missions. They're all very small, very fast, and not many additional attachments going on. So there's a few special rules about the ridges on page 13.
Okay, got it. Yep, got the.
So 3, we got our steep ridge issues. So we can't move diagonally on this map. That's a big thing. We're just moving straight up our column or left, right into the other columns, but no moving diagonally. And we can chuck hand grenades downhill along an existing PDF. And then the maps only expand upwards. There's no expanding to the left and right because that's just a sheer cliff. Okay, then there's some enemy tactics stuff which we'll cover in the game. Basically, they like their hand grenades, and yeah, that's about all. And then the main interesting thing about Heartbreak Ridge is is how to construct the maps. So we've got a whole load of extra hill cards, of +2, +3, +4, +5, which is shown at the bottom here, which we use to construct our maps. So base elevation levels, level 1, and then everything else, hill cards show how much further we go. So +1 gives us elevation 2, elevation 3, 4, 5, 6. So each of the map tells you what elevation level each card is on. Yeah, I think that's all you need to know. Take a read of it if you've downloaded it, and let's go on to here. So first thing we're going to do, we use the Naktong deck, the Naktong River deck. There's no single Heartbreak Ridge deck. In the box, you'll have the Naktong deck, and you'll have the extra hill cards, the +2, 3, 4, 5 hill cards, which are marked Heartbreak Ridge. So what we're going to do, we are going to, in the Vassal module, if you click the campaigns.
Yep, campaigns, Heartbreak,
Heartbreak Ridge, then
okay.
The deck is already sorted out for you. All of the cards which you don't need have been removed. So there's no villages, cemeteries, embankments, or rice paddies in this. And then the gullies and the drawers go on different columns. So first thing we do, we're going to place the hill cards, which are the ones on the right here. And we place them as shown in the map diagram.
Let me pull that up real quick so people can see.
Okay, so we place everything. We don't have to place the expansion cards at the top there. That's only when the enemy's placed, when it expands. So we want level 2, level 3, level 2, level 1, etc. Level 1 is no hill.
Okay.
Level 1 is level 2 is 1 hill, 1 + 1 hill. So first of all, we place the hill cards. So we want a +1, a +2, and a +1 on the bottom row. Where's my Vassal, right? Heartbreak Ridge, hill cards. Yeah.
So the bottom one is a 232, correct?
Bottom one is 232. So it's a +1 hill, a +2 hill, and a +1 hill.
Okay. So okay. Well, control and a +1. I guess it really. So these should be. Oh, okay. That's specific +2 hill. Okay. And
Yeah, the one's marked just hill, +1 hills.
Yep, I realized that. I was like, oh yeah. Okay, so there's there. So we've got. So I'm gonna have to move this around a little bit. I'm gonna pull this over here. Let's pull these down quite a bit, actually. So we got a +2, a +1, and a +2.
Now a +1, a +2, and a +1.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna have to pull. Okay. Draw specific cards. Let's see.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
There we go. Now I got all the +1s here.
That's it. Yeah. Okay. Then down along the middle, we've got +1, +1, and
Oh shoot! You know what I did?
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay. Big load of them. Yeah. +1, +1. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then a +2 at the end here. Yep. Okay. Then we got a +1 up here, and a +1 up here, and that's all. +1 plus. No. It's +2 in the middle, +1 on the left and right. That's our map. Yeah. Okay. Right. And then the rest of the cards we draw on top of those.
Okay. Oh yeah, because the one is not anything.
Yep,
Okay, got it.
That's right.
Yep, that makes sense. Okay.
Okay, so we want the I don't know, girlies. Yeah, so the girlies go on +1 and 3, and so we build column 2. Build column 2 first.
Okay, so column 2. So that's the middle one then first.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're just drawing off of the deck there.
Off of the
random deck, right?
Off of the top deck, yeah.
Yep. Okay, so here's that one. That one.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of Rocky here.
Mm-hmm. And an open one. Okay.
And an open. All right.
Okay, then we add the gullies into the deck. So right click on the gullies and shuffle them into the deck.
Okay, got it.
And build the left and right columns, column 1, column 3.
Okay, so here's column 1. Oh, yeah, we got the gullies right there. Right there. And
they are random, honest.
Yeah, that actually, that's weird how that worked out. So I got a lot of open here, it looks like.
Yeah, going to be not have a good time there.
Okay.
There's another gully.
You know what? We're going to take this.
Okay, and then
down just a little bit.
Yep.
And these down just a little bit too, because I want to get this guy. Oop, come on. There we go. I want to move him so we know exactly what the hill is, and so we got just as a reminder of what the level is here.
Mm-hmm.
And to give some space in between, because we know we're going to have PDFs.
Yeah. All right, that looks good. So basically, we've got if on page 15 there's a side view of what this hill looks like, or what this ridge line looks like, to get a good image of it in your mind.
Yep, bringing it up real quick here. I did what I've been doing.
You've closed
I exited out. Yeah, I exited it out on accident, but I got it real quick here. All right. Here it is. There we go.
Yeah, so we start on a piece of elevation. They're all going to be up on this elevation on row 4, and there's a dip in the middle there. So there's going to be a lot of overhead fire and stuff going across from our RCLs. And yeah, but otherwise, yeah, it's a pretty straightforward setup. We're not going to be battling uphill against them. The guys on row 4 are going to be chucking grenades down on us, which is not going to be fun. But yeah, apart from that, it's pretty straightforward. So all of the missions, except for the one defensive, are set up in the same shape in Heartbreak Ridge, except each one's got different elevation levels, different weather going on, different light, and different packages, of course. So they all feel very similar, but they're all very quick and bloody. Going to rush up the hill, take the objective, and that's it, and see who survives at the end.
I'm just kind of showing off a couple of the different sides. It's interesting to see the side views and things like that, and along those lines. So, looks like I'm going to have to find a book on Heartbreak Ridge, and I'm going to have to read up on it. So, okay, let me get back up to here. Let's see. We're gonna. All right. Okay, so we got the map all set up.
Yep. Okay. It says attempts. If you bring that back up.
Oh, okay. Yep. I'll bring it back up. Yep.
We get 2 attempts at this one. So if we don't capture the primary objective at the end of turn 10, we fall back a little bit and re-establish a line in the cards which we managed to secure, and then start up again another 10 turns. So yeah.
And basically, our mission objective is just to secure the primary mission.
Secure the primary objective. Yep, that's up on the top row. We'll put it in the
column 4, row 4, column 2.
Yep, that's in the middle right there. And we can't move diagonally to it, which is going to be tricky. We've got to either move up to the left or right and take it from the side, or move straight up the middle, up a whole lot of potential contact. But we should be okay.
Right. Okay, so next part of it is
registered target marker. This will give us a +1 draw when we fire artillery at that card, so we can choose any one of these cards and mark it with a target marker. So which one of those?
Is there any recommendations you would give for that?
I would say in this mission, stick it on the primary objective.
Okay.
Yeah. So, normally it's the card which you're going to be fighting hardest for, but I think we'll probably be okay going up there. You often get a whole row of trenches all across the ridge line, and that can be hard to get through, but should be okay. Put it on the primary objective.
Which counter was that again? That's the
target, registered target marker.
do I?
And the markers.
Oh, there we go. Got it. Control. Yep, under control. There we go. Yep. I figured that's where it would be. I was like, just right-click the card, and you're probably going to find something what you're looking for. So, yep.
Mm-hmm. Right. And yeah, I think that's all. And then we don't really need to mark the left and right boundaries because the map's not going to expand left or right. But you can put in the controls down if you want. Put in the limit of advance and the line of departure, and staging area.
Yep. Okay. Let's see here. Line of departure. Okay, just need one of those. So line of departure is going to be right here.
Yep.
And then I'm not too worried about the left and right, as you said, so that doesn't seem to be anything. So I need to do staging area 1, 2, and 3.
Now, what I'm going to do is place some phase lines. maybe, yeah, in the middle here. We got phase line 1 here between rows 2 and 3, and phase line 3 here, which I think is okay. Yeah, the phase lines we're going to key to pyrotechnics.
Okay.
So if we want everyone to quickly advance one row, we can fire a flare and send everybody forwards across the phase line.
Yeah, I was wondering about what the phase lines actually did. What was the idea behind them and things like that? Because that's something that is most people don't understand what phase lines are and things like that. So this is giving a good example of how you can use it and things along those lines.
Yeah. And yeah, that's all, I think.
Okay.
We've got a whole load of fire support, which we can add into the fire support menus. We'll maybe do that in between videos.
Yeah.
That's a lot of typing. Yeah. So now the thing to be careful of with this one is that enemy behavior means that PC markers get put back on the map after we've cleared them.
Okay, like if it's a cleared card, they go back on.
Yeah, so if there's no US units present on the card during the cleanup phase, then you put the PC marker back. Now these are not very big maps, so it's kind of easy enough to control that.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the cards secured. But if you forget a place, then you might end up with a sniper popping up behind you, which is never fun.
Is that for all of the Heartbreak Ridge scenarios, by the way?
Yep,
Okay.
that's how the NKPA are going to be acting throughout this campaign.
Okay. And we've got some potential
right.
contact markers that we've got to put out.
Yeah, let's put out our potential contact markers. They are
C across the bottom. So
Yep.
a C, C, and C.
A across the top.
Mm-hmm.
And A down the middle as well.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry, that's not the top.
Oh, you're fine. You're good. You're good. You're good. Oh.
These ones. Yep.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Return to draw. Yep.
And
one needs to go down there. There we
here.
go. Oh.
Bees. All right, we'll figure it out. Bees over here. All right. Yep, that looks good.
I sent that to the wrong ones. Okay.
Good. Okay, then we've got our units. Let's grab our units from the
I already got them there on the right hand side over here.
Yeah, did you take them from the campaign?
Yes, I did. Yep.
I would be suspicious of these, just because Vassal doesn't update them very well. So you might want to take them from the units menu instead.
Okay.
We had a couple of dodgy ones in when we was playing Keep Up the Fire with some old bugs which were left behind. So let's grab them from the 9th Infantry Regiment on the unit pieces and the Korea, which is the 3rd column along. So,
got it right here. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. These guys. We've got runners. Do we have runners? No runners in this one. Okay. We're going to use a mortar section and RCA. Our units. All right. Now, who are we going to attach to what?
That's where the good question is. So.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we only have what? 3? We have 3 platoons. We have. Let's take a look at this while you're pulling those all out.
Yep.
We can take a look here. And so we have Get back up to the attachments here. So we have 3 RCLs, 1 HMG, and 3 mortar sections. Well, obviously, we'll send 1 mortar section with each of the platoons, I think.
Yep. Mortar section. Mortar sections are one 3-step mortar section. But yeah,
Okay.
1 RCL with each platoon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's 1. I saw the steps, and that's where I was a little yeah. So
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
1 mortar section 3, and then we have 1 HMG.
Yep. 50 cal HMG here. Did I put him now? Where's he gone? There he is. Right, now, how do we want to track ammo? With the Vassal module, you can track ammo on the counters itself. So if you look at this 50 cal HMG here, he's got 8 ammo, and then we can just use up.
Yep. Well, that sounds good.
Like
We
that.
can do that. I'll probably also make sure I do it as when we start playing. I'll actually do it. I'll buy paper as well because I'll once I'll save this, I'll fill out a sheet as well, a campaign sheet, just so we've got it.
Yeah. We've got ammo counters as well. I like tracking the ammo with the ammo counters if we can, but
Yeah, wow.
it's maybe a bit easier with the these. All right, so we're going to put 1 RCL with 1st platoon, 1 with 2nd platoon, and 1 with 3rd platoon. That sounds fair.
Mm-hmm. And then we still have 1 mortar section and 1 HMG.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to just is there a first sergeant? We don't have a first sergeant, do we? Oh, we do have a first sergeant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could we just send the mortar and the HMG with the first sergeant, or do they have to be assigned to a platoon?
No, they don't have to be assigned to a platoon. And it might be a good idea to not assign them to a platoon because these guys are going to open fire as soon as they see the enemy and run out of ammo pretty quickly. So we might not want to bring them onto the ridge too quickly. Same with
I'd say we
Cal,
attach go ahead and attach them to the first sergeant then.
Yeah, that sounds fair enough. Yeah.
See, I'm starting to get some of this tactic stuff.
We've got our observers, RT and mortar FO. They can go. Well, we'll give RT to 1st platoon, mortar to 2nd platoon, and yeah, that'll do. Seems reasonable. And I think mission 1, there's no extra attachments.
No, I did not see anything. I took a look and let me take let's see here.
Yeah, no attachments. Yeah. Okay, so we do have. We'll decide where they're going to go in a minute. Let's have a look at our assets. Assets, page. What is that? 12.
Okay.
This is the same assets list you get in every mission in this campaign, except for the illumination, which is only mission 6.
And we can throw those on the command displays, and we are in.
Yep.
That'd be Army Korea, so it's basically the same one we were using previously.
Yeah. All right. So we've got smoke, 4 smoke, 4 WP, 4 WP smoke, 4 HC smoke. So
6 rifle grenades assigned 1 2-shot counter to each platoon.
Yep. Okay. We can put them with the counter, I think.
Yep, I agree. Make it easier that way.
Okay, smoke. Okay, let's give smoke to 1 1 2 1 1, 2, 1, 3. Yes, onto the first sergeant. WP to 2122. I think we might. Yeah. Oh no, we should be okay. I think all three platoons are going to be advancing about the same rate in this one.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay, got some WP and smoke for our squads. Rifle grenades. Then we've got a whole load of pyrotechnics. Red star parachute, green star parachute, and we need to assign those to different pyrotechnic commands. Now, do we want to stop and explain what pyrotechnic commands are?
Yes, that would be great, because I know that's generally something that comes up when I have discussions about this game is the pyrotechnics.
Okay, so pyrotechnics used to be very complicated, and now they're not. Since 2nd edition, although not many people noticed, they got simplified in 2nd edition. So on page 30 of the rulebook,
Let me go ahead and pull. Give me 1 second, because I'll pull that up here.
It's on one of the player aids somewhere. Player aid charts 1, I think.
Charts, yeah. Let's see here. Not combat.
Thought we managed to squeeze them on somewhere.
Usually, yeah. Oh, let's see, Colin, if you know where they're at.
Yeah. Charts 1, page 2, with the machine gun at the top.
Okay. Charts. Let's see. What was it? Chart number 1.
Yep.
Chart tables 1. Okay, I'm pull that one up on my PDF, so we've got it. So we can show that off a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yep, there it is. Command draw. Wait. Let's see here.
That one there, 441 on the left.
Oh,
the pyrotechnics.
Okay. There it says pyrotechnics right on it.
Yeah. Okay. So these are the commands which you can assign to your pyrotechnics. So it's basically just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 commands for offensive missions, and we don't have an attack position. So infiltrate from attack position to primary objective or secondary objective, we're not going to be able to use. So basically, we've got ceasefire, cross phase line 1, cross phase line 2, and move to primary objective, or move to signal. So what we're going to do is assign. Basically, you have smoke and you have flares, which you can assign to these actions. Flares can be seen anywhere on the map. So if you fire a flare, then everyone who sees it will act according to this instruction. For example, if adjacent to primary objective, move to it. So everybody adjacent to the primary objective will move there if they can. And smoke can only be seen on the if you have LOS to the card with the smoke. So ceasefire is quite useful.
Yes. Yes, as we saw last time, we had people firing into stuff that didn't make sense. So,
yeah, especially on the very narrow ridges here, people are going to be firing where you don't want them to. So we're going to give the Red Star cluster and the Red Star parachute to the COHQ. We're going to have a Green Star parachute and green flare to our COXO. That's a green flare gun from Fields of Fire 3. And then we're going to give red smoke to. How many red smokes did we get? Sorry.
Red smokes, we get
2 each of these. 1.
Yeah, 1 of everything, it looks like.
1 of everything. Yeah, red, green, yellow, purple. Okay. Right. So we're going to give red smoke to 1st platoon. We're going to give green smoke to 2nd platoon. Purple smoke to 3rd platoon, yellow smoke to 1st sergeant. First
Early
sergeant.
morning. Hey, Mike, how's it going? Mike Berticelli's in the house, and he's an early riser. It's 5:30 where he's at. So, morning.
All right, COHQ is going to COHQ's pyrotechnics are going to be keyed to phase line 2, cross phase line 2.
Okay.
There's a little app in the module if you want to allocate them, Andrew. Remember.
There's a what in the what?
In the Vassal mod, there's a pyrotechnic table.
Yeah. I was going to open that. Yeah. There it is. Yeah.
Oh, where's that at? I'm looking.
That's pyrotechnics on the left.
F11 as well.
F11. Oh, there it is. It says pyrotechnics right on it. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is nice. This is a nice addition to that. This does probably make it a little bit easier because you've really cleared it out.
Green Star Cluster and Green Star Parachute are going to be cross phase line 1 from EXO. Red Star Cluster and Red Star Parachute are going to be cross phase line 2, fired by the COHQ. The 1st sergeant has a come help me move to signal, and everybody else has ceasefire. Green and purple all ceasefire. Okay. Yeah, that was easy.
Yeah, this definitely did make it. I think it was almost too vague. Where hey, you can assign whatever you want, and I think that was probably a little bit too much with the 1st edition rules.
Yeah. 1st edition was you can make you can key them to the actions in the action menu, but you can also add clauses, if then else clauses, and people started combining all sorts of stuff together. And there was lots and lots of edge cases to deal with. So 2nd edition said, "Nah, we're just going to use a menu like this," and we kept that with 3rd edition.
No, the pyrotechnics is the one of the things that I was even like going, okay, what do I even use this for? So it'll be great once we start playing and seeing how they're actually utilized. I think that's going to be key for a lot of people. Yep.
One which we removed was shift fire, because pyrotechnics are set in advance of the mission, and shift fire means you would know which direction.
Yeah. You'd almost have to assign a different one for each shifting, like shift right, shift left. Yeah. So
the ceasefire essentially does the same thing, because units will fire at anything in LOS. If anybody's firing the wrong way, then you fire up a ceasefire. They stop firing the wrong way. They look at what their priorities are, which is normally the most heavily armed enemy units, and they start firing in that direction instead. So it essentially works as a shift fire. Can any unit with impulse or general initiative, except pinned, litter, paralyzed, casualty, trigger, cease fire? Can any unit trigger,
like throw the ceasefire cluster or signal?
Yes.
So like, can it be like a squad? Can a squad throw it, or does it have to be the CO?
No. Anyone can fire a pyrotechnic.
Okay.
The only exception is the FPL and FPF in defensive.
Oh, I'm thinking maybe can they call a ceasefire on, like, not the pyrotechnic part, like the actual command?
They
with the general initiative. With general initiative,
yeah. The problem is with ceasefire is a combat action. You can only use the combat actions which are listed in 4.2.5. So assault teams, fire teams, and litter teams can all assault teams and fire teams can cease fire. Combat actions allowed by litter teams, paralyzed teams, and pinned teams are none.
Yep. So basically, a squad can call a ceasefire as a general initiative. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that was the question. Is like, can they actually call it themselves with the general initiative?
A
Problem
squad
is
can
we
call
don't.
it with general initiative, yeah,
Yep.
as long as they're not pinned, because pinned can't
Yep.
use
Can't
the
do that. Yep.
action.
Yeah, that's why he said That's why except pinned, litter, paralyzed, or
Ah, right.
casualty.
Yeah. So okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
So
No,
yes, they can, and that will
okay.
stop everybody on the card.
On the card. The only problem is that do you really want to waste a general initiative, because you usually don't get that. Usually you have a list of stuff you want to do with those general initiatives, and you just you don't have extra general initiatives, and you can't keep those. So
Yeah. Okay.
But you can do
Right.
it. So that's the key thing. Yep.
Okay. Did you assign those rifle grenades?
No, we did not. How
Okay.
we got? Do we get
Right. Let's give them
3 2-shots?
Yeah, let's give them to first squad of each platoon. Yeah, 1-1, 1-2, and 1-3 can have a two-shot rifle grenade.
Well, Mike, I wouldn't call myself an expert. That's why I have Andrew on right now. But Mike's wants me to play. He's got Battle of the Bulge scenarios all set up. So
Wow.
and now that I know that this was your guys' really foray into like a finalized version of this, now I have to play it because I feel bad because I didn't realize that. So
Okay, rifle grenades, 2 shots.
yeah, I
We're
think
gonna
it's
give
3 2-shots. Is that what it is? So
Yeah.
each one, each one gets on there. Yep.
Who do I give that to? So it's 2-1 and no, not 2-1. 1-1, 1-2,
And 1-3. Yep.
1-3. Yep. Okay, good.
Perfect.
Anything else we got? No, that's all. Right. Okay.
Yeah,
so
because we're not mission 6. So yep.
Yeah. So we can set up these guys in the staging area. So what we're going to do, we're going to send first platoon. We're going to send first platoon up the middle there.
Okay.
If you like to arrange them into neat geometric shapes, we're going to send. Hold on, let me cycle that right. We're going to send second platoon up the left and third platoon up the right. Mortar section is going to be in center column with someone. COHQ? Yeah, he'll do. COHQ. The XO is going to be on the left, Sergeant's going to be on the right, and the 50mm machine gun is going to be on the right. Is that a good place for it? Yeah, that's probably okay. Yep, that'll do. I'm going to remove the ammo from these markers because I want to track it with. Counters. All right, I think that's everything. Oh, okay. I'll arrange them neatly.
Yeah, because the one reason why I wanted to get this set up is so that way when we get back together, we can just jump into the game and I can refer back to this video to the setup. Because I mean, you did go over. I do like the fact that you went over the pyrotechnics, so I'll make sure that's like I said. I'll do some
put bookmarks on it. No one's going to want to.
Yeah,
no one's going to watch us setting up this, are they? Never mind.
I'll put it on there just in case they want to. But I'll also put a part for the pyrotechnic where you discuss that. So
yeah, okay.
Because I think that's a pretty good point too. Because yeah, that's one of those ones. And then as we get through, and the other thing is that I'll put a bookmark, but most people will probably just watch as we go through, and then we can talk about it as we do new actions and things like that. So the one thing is with did we discuss the radios at this point?
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to be using radios in this mission, real radios with real rules. They're pretty straightforward, but basically the rules for communication are slightly more complicated than keep up the fire.
Yes, because everybody was in contact with keep up the fire. So yeah.
So each of our HQs, first, second, third, plus the staff, are all going to have a radio each. COHQ is going to have 2 radios, so he can one to talk to the battalion HQ, and another to talk to the company. And the mortar section is also going to have a radio. These are all listed in wherever it is, page 11.
Yeah, I had that up. Exactly. The asset, the organization and equipment thing. So
there's different ways to communicate in Fields of Fire. If we've got an HQ on a card with a unit, can communicate with visual verbal communication, so they can give direct orders to a unit which is on the same card as them. But they've got to be in the same area of a card. So if the unit is undercover and he's not undercover, they're not in the same place, which means they're not in visual verbal communication. So they cannot communicate to each other. So first, the HQ would have to move undercover, getting marked exposed, and then give an order to the unit undercover. Fortunately, move within a card, moving into cover and then out of cover and then into another cover, or from cover to cover, you can do as many times as you want in an impulse. So you'll find the HQs moving around the cards quite a bit in this.
yeah, okay, that would make sense. Yeah, so we won't have as many leftover commands, I'm assuming, as we did with
Right
Fire because of that. So because you have to move them undercover or give an order. That's 2 orders right there, moving them back out from undercover. Yep.
Now the other thing is the radios, you can communicate by radio, and the radios in Heartbreak Ridge are still the old World War II handheld radios. We haven't quite introduced the new ones yet at this stage of Korean War. They will be in Vietnam and very late Korean War. So they only work if you are in LOS of a unit. So here, second platoon is in LOS of 2-2 platoon. So he can give an order. No, he can't. So let me try that again. COHQ. COHQ has a radio. He can communicate with second platoon HQ, who is in LOS. So he'll be able to activate second platoon HQ with his radio.
Okay.
On the other hand, if second platoon HQ were here, this is on a hill card, and hill cards have these borders around the edge, of which the vassal cards seem to have the wrong color. That's interesting. Okay. They have a dark border around the edge. That means the entire card has a dark border. So the white border, the open terrain here, is ignored. So that's a dark border. And besides, it's a hill. So COHQ is on +1 elevation here. That's a +2 elevation hill.
Oh, okay.
Second
Yep.
platoon's on a +1.
Oh, yep.
So there's a hill in between COHQ and second platoon HQ, regardless of the borders. This means the radios are no longer able to operate. So COHQ cannot give a command to second platoon HQ.
Yeah, that's the one thing I wanted to point out is definitely take a look at this number up here, because that's what matters. Because even though it looks like a hill, there are 2 different levels of hills on this. So we are unable to, because this hill's here, there's no line of sight because it's a level 2 hill. So it's a good idea. Make sure you're looking at the different levels of hills for sure.
Yep. So on the other hand, so always adjacent cards are always in LOS. So generally anyone in at adjacent you'll be able to contact. But if you've got a situation like this, if second platoon is up here, then that's close, long, very long. We've actually got LOS all. Oh, no, we don't, do we? Okay, never mind. Thinking of Chosin Reservoir. Yeah. We've got. Oh, there we go. Yeah, these gullies work. We've got. No, that's +2. No, yeah, we do. Okay, so what I was saying. We've got COHQ on +2 elevation here. We've got a very long range first platoon HQ up on +2 elevation here, and we've got lower hills in between at 1 elevation. That means we've still got LOS all the way up to our first platoon HQ here. So we would still be in radio contact. So the CO HQ would be able to activate second platoon HQ from that distance, which is quite handy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. So normally when you get out of adjacent range, then most of the time you won't be able to use the radios, but sometimes you get hills like this where you will be able to.
Yeah, and it's only because we had the rocky terrain in between the two, if I remember right. If it wasn't for the rocky terrain or a terrain that is open,
no, it's fine. It's the hills here are lower.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, because they're +1 hills.
We're seeing from one peak to the other peak. That's fine.
Oh yeah, let me pull up that. Colin just brought up that side elevation is very helpful on that. So let me do that real quick so we can I can point that out. Okay, so that's this area right in here. So row 1 is higher, is clear all the way to row 4.
Yeah.
So yep. So that's kind of helps you out and does help you with the line of sight for sure. I can see that for sure.
Yep. So career is all about line of sight and elevation and working out who can see what where. Right. Yeah, I think that's everything. So we're going to give the radios out to everyone. We've got COHQ gets a COHQ gets a SCR300 BNTAC radio. This is a big, cool radio that can communicate anywhere on the map or off map, on map or off map. So the off map BNHQ can communicate to the COHQ with this radio and activate him. If COHQ loses this radio, he's not going to be in contact with the battalion HQ. He's not going to be activated ever. And that's not good. There's not many cases where you'll lose that radio, but keep track of it just in case. Okay, then everybody else are having these Kotak radios. So Kotak radio, SCR 536. They're very nice, handy cams. They're handy walkie-talkies. They're small, compact, and the enemy can't see them from very far off, and like the big backpacks. So you tend to survive longer when you're carrying one. But they don't work.
No radios for your staff in this one, Andrew?
No radios for my staff? No, no radios for the staff in this one. Where was I going to put it? Mortar sec. Okay, so if we take a look at page 11, where it's listing all the radios, it's one each plus the mortar section. Right, and then we can put on our experience points too. Where's experience points, Colin?
Oh, sorry, I wasn't listening then. What's that one?
Experience markers. Oh, there they are.
They're on the counters.
Yep. So basically, first squad is veteran, second squad's line.
Yeah. I was just trying to work out where they were in the menu.
Oh yeah. No, I was describing it for everybody because I've got got it up. So unlike the mission, the Keep Up the Fire, which was all line, these are a variety of different starting experiences. So it does matter with this. So yeah, and that's what Andrew's currently putting on here. So like I said, the last mission very, very simplified on a lot of different things. So it's one of those things that as we go through these missions, you'll see that they're not all the same. And what I plan on doing, Andrew, is going through and I'll make the campaign sheet. And then I'll put it up. I'll post it up as well, and I'll try to do one and have so everybody can kind of see how that's supposed to be filled out. I'll probably forward a copy of it to you to make sure I filled it out right before I post it.
Okay.
I don't want to put anything out that's not quite right. So yeah.
All right. So the HQs we can mark on the command display with the experience marker. In Vassal, we can also mark the command markers themselves with the experience level, which is quite handy.
Oh crap! Our
So when
our
you're
CO our
calculating.
CO HQ's green, but our executive officer and our first sergeant are veterans.
Yeah, but they don't have radios.
Yeah, exactly. So it's even worse.
They'll just be off doing their own thing. Don't worry about you.
I think there'll be a demo of the runners shortly.
Yes. So who have we got? This guy's line. These guys are green. And this guy's green. These guys are veteran. And then everyone else is veteran line green.
It's a little more than that if I remember right. Because second platoon's line green. Third platoon is veteran line green. Yeah.
Veteran line green. Oh, sorry. Yeah, veteran line green. And let's look at the wrong one. Line green. Okay. Line green, and third is veteran line green. Yeah. Okay. And then our guns are veteran line veteran green. Okay. And 50 is line. Okay, have I missed anyone? Mortar and these guys are line as well. Mortar RT. Right, so this is quite handy in the Vassal module. You can mark all of counters with the experience level of okay. He's veteran. He's line. I should have checked this. Should have checked this beforehand. These RCLs. Well, never mind. They'll make.
Yeah, it is what it is. I'm not. Yeah.
Okay, right. So they're all marked with experience. Normally, I'd mark all this on the log sheet and keep track of that. But Vassal, we've got it all in front of us, so that's handy. All of our red border, I've given borders to all of the attached units. We're keeping the mortar section and 50 cal not attached. And yeah, I think we'll be ready to jump in as soon as we start. The only other thing to do is mark out the fire support. We've got two different types of artillery plus 2 different types of mortars, all of HE and WP, which we can call for. And the platoon HQs can also call for fire in this one, except from our 155mm artillery. Everything else they can call for fire from. So we'll track that in the fire missions remaining place, which we'll not do right now because, yeah, let's not do that right now. All right, what should we do now? I think that's all. We've got everything set up.
Yeah, which is perfect because I've got kids yelling at me for breakfast right now. So
great. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock here. Probably time to go play with the new tabletop simulator module, I think.
Oh, that'll be good. So yep, I'm saving this as a setup right now, so I don't
right,
forget.
Yeah, save the setup.
Yep. And so I'll get with you, Andrew, and then also I'll include you, Colin. So if you ever want to jump in while we have ours, I'll always include you if you're available when we start playing. Because Colin, it's always good to have you on as well. Which worked out really nice. And I want to thank you guys for jumping on. It's been a lot of fun with that, and I look forward to getting this Heartbreak Ridge scenario and campaign going, because I think, yeah, the Keep Up the Fire is nice just to kind of introduce the game and things like that, but it's really the campaign is where this game I think shines the most. So showing that off and showing the different capabilities of that is going to be key. So that's why I was definitely like, yeah, let's go ahead and do a campaign. And I wanted to do something different than a Normandy campaign because there's so many of those out there right now. So But what I'll do is I'll bookmark a lot of these, which means I actually have to like watch this again to figure out when to put the bookmarks in. I'm not a big fan of watching myself, but I'll put it on like 3 times speed, so it'll go a lot faster that way. So, all right, I think I had somebody tell me they put me at like 0.75 speed because I talk too fast. There's a couple of YouTubers I put at 1.25 because it speeds them up just enough. And that's kind of one nice thing about YouTube is you can actually like control the speed of how you do that. So, with that, so, yeah, Colin's looking forward to see the crawl up mission 6 with hardly any troops left. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see that for sure. But all right, I want to thank you guys for jumping on, and like I said, I will include you guys, and we'll figure out a time to get this started. I'm having a lot of fun. I kind of want to keep this month to Wolfpack and the Fields of Fire before I start expanding out, but I'm looking forward to getting others developers and designers. So if there's anybody else out there that wants to show their game off and teach the game as we play it, just let me know. Email address is akinner77@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know. Andrew, it was a pleasure. Colin, pleasure to meet you as well, and look forward to a lot of fun. And once we get Korea done, maybe we'll look at the Falklands and kind of show that off a little bit. I'd like to do that if we could do that, because that'd be fun. So
yeah, we might have some art for it all done, and
we'll let it develop just a little bit more with the art and everything like that. And then as we get it taken care of, we'll start showing it off. At least maybe throw a mission up there just to kind of show it off a little bit, because there's definitely some differences, and it'd kind of be fun to show off the differences for sure. So
yeah.
All right. Thank you guys and everybody that joined us. We appreciate it, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.